All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the Board of Adjustments March 26, 2013 meeting. Call to order. Roll call amendments. Before I do the roll call, just want to let everybody know Mr. Stephen McGowan resigned from the board. I'd just like to thank him for his service on the board while he was on it. And we'll have a position open on the board. If anybody would like to jump on that. All right. I'm Brad Walker, Chairman. Mr. Jim Cecil. Present. Ms. Kathy Desideer, our Vice Chairman. Present. Mr. Bill Lee.
Present.
Mr. Mike Rose, absent. And Mr. Willie Robinson.
Present.
Okay. All right. At this time, I'd like to open it up for public comment period. If anybody has anything to say for or against the Board of Adjustments, please come forward. You also have a chance to speak on each item as a public comment period.
All rushing forward.
What?
Item B has been withdrawn.
Oh, yeah, also. Item C, right?
Yes, sir. C.
Item C on the agenda has been withdrawn tonight. So we won't hear that. If you're here for item C on the agenda, for Kyle Robichaux, we won't be hearing that tonight. All right. Closing public comment period. All right. Do I hear a motion to accept the minutes of the February 26th meeting?
So moved.
Second. All right. Got a motion by Mr. Bill Lee to accept as written, second by Mr. Jim Cecil. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. A motion for the acceptance of the written decision, February 26th meeting.
Make the motion. Second.
All right. Motion by Mr. Jim Cecil, second by Mr. Bill Lee to accept the written decisions as written. All those in favor? Aye. Going to our first zoning review ID 2297.13, Lot B-6-A-1, Solhanna subdivision for Michael Tomplay, located on the east side of Kelly Drive, approximately 650 feet south of Solhanna Road. Anybody here to represent this variance? Come forward, please, and tell us what you're trying to do with this variance.
Sign in.
Sign in also. You need to sign in. Right here in the front.
She's going to swear you in, too.
Sorry. And she's also going to swear you in as the applicant.
Yes, ma'am. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes, ma'am.
All right. Tell us what you're trying to do.
Okay, on January 29th, we came and we got a variance to put a mobile home on my property, and I appreciate it. We did get it from you. Now, at that time, I wasn't aware of the setback rules, and the 20-foot setback rule for the rear property is going to give me a little bit of trouble. And if we can get it down to 10 foot, I would really appreciate it. I have some pictures of the property if y'all would like to see them.
Yeah, if you can put them on the projector right there.
Okay. 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 It's not a real good picture, but it's showing the backyard, and I have plenty of room to do it. I will have to cut the tree down and take the fence down, but the property behind me belongs to my uncle, and it's just a big open pasture, and it'll be like that, I think, for quite a while.
Okay.
I do have another picture. It might be a little bit better. And this is we're trying to do this to move my daughter, put a trailer there to move my daughter. She's kind of in a bad situation, and we're trying to move her.
And so the 10-foot, and if you allowed the 10-foot, you won't have to take down the tree or the fence?
No, I still will have to, but
yeah.
it would be a lot better if we could knock it down, bring it down to 10 foot instead of the 20.
Okay. Board members have a question?
Your request refers to existing structures on my property. And do you have any pictures of that, or
Yes.
is that what these are?
Yes.
Could you come forward for just a second?
Yes.
We weren't sure where the structure is.
Is this your house or is this your house?
Right, and that's that open field in the back you're talking. Where's that tree you were talking about bringing down?
Right there.
Okay,
And that's the little fence, the little small fence,
right.
and that's the big fence right here, that's the property.
Okay, you don't have to take it down though, right?
Oh, no, no.
So you just have to take the small fence down and a tree.
Yeah, and I might have to move that forward a little bit, that little small.
Well, that's not a problem.
But what I'm getting at is that the 20-foot would set it closer this way,
Gotcha,
you see. I mean, we could still do it, but it would kind of jam us up a little bit.
gotcha.
And the 10-foot would help us out a whole lot.
This is the house, that's the tree that he's gonna remove, this is the fence right here.
And that's that whole building.
Yeah, but he's moving that forward.
Show where he's putting it at.
And the trailer, the trailer's right behind the house.
Okay, this is the tree.
Now, I have plenty room long ways, that's
This is
no
the back,
problem
so
at all.
20 feet from here.
It's
He
just
wants to
that
put
back.
the trailer
But
somewhere around.
aesthetically, that's what you're trying to achieve, right?
Yeah, all these
Well,
are-
aesthetically, I really not too concerned about aesthetically, but it would be, it would be too close to my home. It would, I'm trying to get it moved back toward the fence a little bit more.
Right.
No, I really don't care what it looks like, really. You
Okay.
can't, you really probably not even gonna be able to see it coming down the road. You know,
But the property behind there is your relationship,
is my uncle's, the big open pasture, yes.
so he has no objection to that.
No, I've talked to him and, no, he has no.
Well, he's not here
And
tonight,
he
right?
sent, he had the letters sent to him.
Okay. Anybody got any questions for the applicant? All right. Have a seat. We'll open it up for public hearing.
Okay, thanks.
Anybody has anything for or say for or against this zoning review ID, please come forward. All right, closing public comment period. Do I hear a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to go ahead and approve it as written.
Okay. Got a motion to approve as written, by Mr. Jim Cecil, second by Ms. Kathy Desider. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion's approved. All right, next zoning review ID is 200298.13, lot 32 at Bayou Terrace Estates for Kevin Boetta, located on the south side of Bayou Terrace Road, approximately 14,000 feet to the, approximately 14,000 feet on the south side of Bayou Terrace Road. Anybody here for this variance, please come forward, sign in.
If he's the applicant.
Are you the applicant?
Okay. We're gonna have to break it.
I do.
All right, tell us what you're trying to do.
Good afternoon. What I'm trying to do is on lot 32, I think y'all have a drawing in front of you. Basically, what I'm asking for, the current setback line is 55 feet from the center line of the road. And I'm asking for a 5-foot variance so I can move it 5 feet up closer to the center line of the road. Basically the usable area of the property, if I had to maintain that 55-foot setback, would require me to bring in a lot of extra dirt, and we may have to get the Corps of Engineers involved because there's wetlands mitigation and such in that area.
Yes. Have you already brought in dirt for this?
There was dirt already there, so I haven't brought in anything yet.
So you're keeping from bringing in dirt
Yes,
if
sir.
you got this variance approved, right?
Yes, sir.
Sorry, go ahead, Mr.
Which side of the road is this on?
This is what's commonly referred to as the swamp side.
Okay, it's not on the
No, ma'am.
canal.
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
Anybody have any questions?
No.
Okay, please have a seat, and we'll open it up for public hearing. Anybody has anything for or against this variance, please come forward. All right, closing public comment period. Do I hear a motion?
I'm gonna move that we accept as written. We've given a number of variances on that side of the road for the same reason with the drop-off and the usable portion of the lane.
Do I hear a second? Willie?
Second.
All right, got a motion by Ms. Kathy Judge to approve as written, second by Mr. Willie Robinson. All those in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
All right. Next zoning review ID is our last one. Zoning review ID 2300.13, lot B-2-A-1-A-1 of the Quaid property for Ascension Properties, located the west side of LA Highway 44, approximately 1,400 feet north of LA Highway 931 Germany Road. Is the applicant here? Has this property really been divided this many times?
No.
You see that?
Yeah, raise your right hand.
Yeah.
You, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, you got?
All right, tell us what you're trying to do.
Ellen Jackson with McLean and Associates, asking for a variance on minimum lot size, minimum lot frontage, front yard, side yard, and rear yard, as written. The purpose of this is so that they can subdivide these into individual lots while maintaining their and conforming to what's already out there. And by doing this, we will be reducing the density by 13 units. Asking for your approval.
Okay, I have questions. Most of the lots that I'm looking at are 27-foot wide lots. Is that correct?
Excuse me, is that correct?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're 27-foot wide, that's what you're wanting to go to?
Yes.
Okay. And, currently, there are some existing condos.
Yes.
But the others, there's an issue with. And I'm looking at some concrete
Mm-hmm.
that is in front of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's a concrete
For parking?
park.
Yes.
And is that where 1 through 10 will now park?
They can use that for parking, and then they'll also have parking, within their units.
Okay,
Mhm.
because I'm concerned about how number 10 would have a parking.
Well, that's just existing concrete. They could always, move the concrete up farther. That's where it's existing right now.
Okay.
It can be extended.
And exactly what size of house are you going to be able to build? Because you're asking us to be 4 foot on each side,
Mhm.
which means that's going to leave about 19-foot width, and that's with overhang.
Yeah, they have plans for that, yes.
And has there been anything looked at as far as just reducing the number they're trying to put in to continue to keep the number of square feet that they're required to, the 7,200 square feet?
I mean, it's going to be the same existing like that's out there.
No, what I'm asking you is right now,
Mm-hmm.
the required square footage on a lot is 7,200 square foot.
Yes.
Has there been any consideration just to reduce the number of lots that we're trying to re-subdivide into in order to make bigger lots?
No, we already, reducing it by 13, so.
What's the number though?
And now, lots 11 through 33. You're asking, the required is 50, and you're wanting a 23-foot variance to bring the front yards down to 27?
Yeah, so that they could stay in line with the two that's there.
Okay, and where are those people going to park?
They're parking within their lot.
Okay, so are they going to have a garage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So basically, your hardship. It says currently there's no financing available for condominiums, so I am converting to single-family dwelling, which requires variance in order to conform to existing development. So y'all basically want to get those.
Just so they can be individual lots, because there's no financing.
Right, no financing, right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when you're saying there's no financing for condos, there's no FHA financing for condos unless they're FHA approved, correct? But you can get conventional financing for condominiums.
I don't know. This is what I was told. There is no
Okay,
financing for.
because people are buying condos all the time. So they are getting financing, but it is more difficult to get FHA financing to get that lower down payment, but they can get financing.
And you're only trying to create, so you're trying to go from 46 condo units to 33 single-family homes?
Yes, that's correct.
And lots 1 through 19, you want a 0 backyard?
Yes.
How would y'all keep the existing look of the existing condos?
Well, he he has plans to keep it in, within how it looks now.
Do you have those plans?
No, I don't have the plans with me, no.
Well, I thought condos had common walls between all the units. Is that an archaic concept? Or
No, that's,
these are separate?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how large the single-family homes will be? How many square feet? You get about 2,000 square feet for the driveway, the garage, and the house.
7,500.
No.
That's the required.
Yeah, it's required, it's what she just said.
Okay.
Yeah, the required square footage is 7,200.
You talking about square living or just lot size?
Based on the map, I'm trying to figure out where.
It says the lot size have a dimension of 2,000 square feet. In the introduction.
It seems what I'm looking at on your map here is the lots are squished together and they're a little longer than what the original that's on this map.
Mhm.
And with the spacing and everything of the old type of lots, where was the 46 coming in and where's the reduction to 33?
Yeah, good question.
Because if these lots right now, the way you have it, would be just like the existing with some space in between each lot,
Mhm.
you wouldn't have 46.
Well, the way they were like on top of each other.
There's 2 units
2 units.
per building for the condos.
Like, right now, 12, 13, and 14 are all 2 units?
Yes, sir, correct.
Okay, Bill Esri, you are correct.
Yes, you are.
They're wanting to go, I read it wrong too, they're wanting to go from 7,200 feet
Yeah, down to
to
2,000.
2,052.
So my question was, how big will the house be on that? Pretty small.
Well, it won't be the big, if it's not 2 units per thing, it's 1 unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna be upstairs, it's just gonna be the single.
Well, and you're gonna have these houses closer together than even the condos are.
Yes.
Unless you're too young for it.
And the condo owners, Sagefield Condo Homeowners Association meeting,
They had a meeting.
they signed off on it,
Yes.
so they okay with the
So this is
change?
kinda like a subdivision that's being changed?
Right, right.
Condos, you don't subdivide property. Condos are common areas. You just own the
Share.
building itself and you share the
Interest.
property, yes.
Who approved the original plan of the way it was?
The commission. The commission.
Planning and Zoning Commission?
Yes, sir, correct.
And they wouldn't have to see this before this is
Yes, they would, yes. This has to
changed?
go before, yeah, because you're dividing property, and once you divide property, this has to go before the commission, so yes, sir.
Okay, and let me ask you something, Lance. How do they differentiate between townhouses versus condos?
Ownership of property.
Yeah, if they were to build townhouses on this instead of condos, would they have to go back through all of that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all
Same
right.
procedure.
Yes, they would.
So,
Anybody have any questions?
I still don't know how big the houses are gonna be.
Yeah, that's what I was asking about the
1,200
plan.
square feet, I guess.
Possible
That's-
1 to 19, variances 20
So, cause they asking for 2,000. Yeah, exactly. Right. Right. Yeah.
All the blocks, original, it says existing, they have been built? All the
Yes.
extra blocks have been built, like 14 through, like 12, 13, 14. Everything else on here has been built except for these sections that you have right here?
Yeah.
Arlene's place. Right there, Arlene's place. Those shotgun looking houses. I think that's.
All right, give us a second, let's open public comment period. All right, open it up for public comment period. Anybody has anything for or against this, please come forward. Ma'am, just let him come forward, thank you. Yeah, you just have to sign in.
Probably the design that they gonna do.
Hmm?
They're gonna do it like Arlene's place. Those shotgun.
I live at Cross Ridge Avenue, which is how would you face it? I'm on 44, Cross Ridge is before the townhouses. Okay. My house is approximately 1,900 square feet. I'm on a corner lot. Now, I'm listening to the size lots you're talking about and the size homes. I don't know how you're gonna put a home and sell it just short of putting a trailer on it to do something like that. I'm voicing my disapproval of this until, all the appropriate parties look at it and say, yes, you can put a house that size. Can you sell a house that size? And, what is this going to do to the neighborhood? That's all I'm asking. is that it gets proper review.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, closing public comment period. Any discussion?
I'm going to move that we deny this variance. Number one, I don't think from a safety issue that we should be putting houses that close together. Number two, I don't think there's been any hardship showed here. I think that if he wants to convert this to single, he needs to cut down on the number of lots he's trying to make so that you could actually put a home on it and have the proper setbacks.
Okay.
So I am making the motion that we reject.
Okay. I have a motion by Ms. Kathy Desir. Do I have a second?
Mr. Bill? Second. Yeah, I'll second that.
All right.
I agree with the security thing. We
All right.
typically have to have some kind of fire emergency access around a house. So
Right.
no room, I don't think.
None whatsoever.
Okay. Got a motion to deny by Ms. Kathy Desir, a second by Mr. Bill Lee. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Motion is denied. All right. Do I hear any old business? Any new business?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to discuss the swearing in policy that we enforced a meeting ago. First of all, I don't think that we need to swear people in. I think that the staff has the ability. If the only reason why we started swearing people in is because we heard or we thought someone wasn't telling the truth. And I don't think that's necessary for us to continue on with the swearing in of the applicant because staff has the power to pull the permit.
Well, it's not a permit. It's a ruling.
Or the ruling.
I don't know if Lindsay, staff can overrule our ruling?
There's
I
an
know.
appeals process in place, but it would be on behalf of the applicant if they didn't agree with your decision.
Staff can't pull it. Staff can't overrule
They can't, well, they don't have to submit the permit if they found out it wasn't quite telling the truth. They can bring it back before the board.
No, we discussed that a rehearing was probably not proper. We could attempt to petition the court and have them decide if the applicant was not telling the truth. And that's
What?
what we kind of discussed.
See, the only thing about it is I've been on this board for 13 years. We have never sworn in anybody until here recently. Okay, does that mean in that 13 years I've been on this board, we hadn't had somebody come before us and not tell us the truth?
Right.
Okay? Did it affect anything?
I mean,
No.
the only thing
So what would swearing in somebody, would it affect, what effect would it have? We can overturn the ruling by virtue, we still have to have
Yeah, either way.
the entire board here to overturn the ruling.
I would still feel most comfortable if someone were sworn in and we believe them to be untruthful, then we would still petition the court. I mean, that would be my approach.
It'd be the
Your
same
Honor, we
process.
swore them in. This is the evidence we have that demonstrates that they were not truthful. We ask that you overturn the ruling.
but we have more of a foothold to do something about it in the future than we don't. Everything that we do here, there is no enforcement of anything that is done. It's the
We're preserving the record for an appeal.
right. It's for a tool for the neighbors to use. Okay, if the neighbors want to complain or come actually pursue it, then the parish actually files suit against it. you
Well,
know.
my question is, if we're having the applicant sworn in, but you have somebody come up and make a comment or say that I'm a neighbor and I find that they're doing this, so what do they have to be sworn in too?
No, I think the applicant is the one that's actually the one that is making the promises, and our decisions on are making about what the applicant's gonna say. I mean, if you tell the applicant, you okay with having that trailer there for a year, okay, and that person says yes, I'm not asking the people in the comment in the audience to come up here and make that commitment, okay? They're just telling us what they're
Right,
observing,
but-
okay? But
well-
the applicant, we are relying on that is what they're saying is being done, you know?
I don't see why we're doing this now, is why I said,
I think it's just adding another tool on
something.
something that we've had. Everything that we've done over the years, you know, before zoning, and there was no need for Board of Adjustments, you know, period, while we're doing Board of Adjustments, you know, and you add things on as you find things happen. And we have found that things
I'm
happen.
in favor of streamlining the system, there's no doubt about it, but what I'm saying is, are we doing the right thing here, is what I'm asking.
And I think we need to point out that there were some accusations,
Right.
but we never heard both sides. We're not saying anybody didn't tell us the truth, but I think we need to continue swearing in just from the sheer fact. It's just another layer of explaining that this is serious.
Yeah.
No, we're not paid. We're not private investigators. We need to be able to rely upon the facts that people are giving us. And I think that this is just another way of saying, okay, you're under oath. Tell us what your intents are, and tell us what you're wanting to do.
I think the incident that we talked about, it wasn't the incident, it was what we found out that, what if the incident was true and she did lie to us and nothing could be done about it. That was what had really caused us a lot of the problem. Not that, you know, who it was and what the actual incident was, is that, you know, it's like, oh, well, she lied to us, okay. You know, they do it all the time, you know. That's what I think got us all upset more than anything.
So what you're saying is, if they did lie, and I would just say, for an example, they did lie and they swore in, what can we do about it?
Lindsay,
That is just a part of the record here on video recording, that if you guys decide, hey, we have been presented with clear evidence that what was said here is untrue, then I can go to a judge and say, look, Your Honor, they swore to this, we've received this information, you make the decision.
But it's still on video, and this is a legal record
Yes, it is.
for Ascension Parish.
I-
If somebody comes up that mic and they said, you know, boo, 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 and then it wasn't boo, 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 and then, you tell me you can't use that as a legal documentation?
We absolutely could, but, you know, like Kathy said.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So we're just being redundant by swearing them in, right?
It's an added layer of protection. It lets the judge know, hey, if they're willing to lie under oath here in front of this board, maybe in front of me, when they get sworn in, maybe they're not telling the truth. It's just another layer of protection. It doesn't mean that you guys were doing it wrong before. If y'all are uncomfortable with swearing in, we can certainly stop that practice. We suggested affidavits in the packet, and that was something that I think you all decided as a group was too costly on the applicant. So this was the least costly avenue.
Well, how do you feel about it? Let me direct my question to you. You're the one that's got to do it, so you tell me.
It's no additional burden on me to swear anyone in. And I'm an officer of the court, so I can do that. It was one of my suggestions when you all asked what we could do. If it were my decision, I probably would have left it the same, but, you know.
Okay, that's what I want to know.
I mean, to me, I don't think, in the past couple of meetings that we look at it, I don't think it's caused any issues.
No problems.
I mean,
Well, if everybody on the board agrees, except for me, I understand. It's okay.
How many votes do you have, Jim?
It's okay. I lose, you win.
You've been on the board.
No, Jim and his 6 friends and all that.
Anyway, you got 13 years, that's all.
Oh, yeah, that's a long time.
All right, anything else on that?
No, sir.
I think we've,
I've been beat up enough.
I'll
Okay.
second that.
All right, moved by Ms. Kathy Desavere, second by Mr. Bill Lee to adjourn. All those in favor? We're done.